Hey everyone, my name is Rish. I started my first business in 2009. That was my first startup while I was still in college. And today I run three different businesses and a few different side hustles. I want to share the top three things that have made the biggest impact on whatever I've achieved, whatever little I have done in the past 12 years. And these are like the three things that change the game for me. So there are a lot of things that give you a 1%, a 2%, a 5%, a 10% jump. But these three things are the ones that, gave me hundreds of percentage points. And the first thing is basically just sitting down and doing deep work. In the morning hours, I leverage this time, I leverage the energy, my own time, because this is often less talked about when it comes to leverage. People talk about leveraging, content, people, capital, code. But leveraging my own time, my own energy in the morning was really one of the biggest game changers. Because I used to have phases where I would just spend my morning hours doing random shit, and I changed that completely to just focus on essential deep work. So after I read Cal Newport's book, I was really hooked into the concept of deep work because I was not very distracted, to be honest. But at the same time, I was not consciously choosing where to spend my time and energy on which part of the day. So that was the first one. The second one was basically creating a network and creating a network of people whom not just I can learn from, but also people I can teach. Now this is important because I think what's more spoken about is the mentorship aspect of things, where you find and network with people who you can learn from. But I think it's also important to find a group of people that you can teach, that you can mentor. And you don't have to be at level 10 to teach people, to mentor people. You just have to be at level +1 of wherever they are. So if they are at level 1 or level 2, you just want to be at level 2 or 3. And that's the people who are the most relatable, right? People want to learn from people who are one step or two steps ahead of them, and not people who are 100 steps ahead, because it's more aspirational, it's more inspirational, it's more motivational, but it's less actionable. So that's what at least I found in my experience. To do this, I not only just went to events and spoke to people on LinkedIn and so forth, but I also launched my own academy back in 2016, where I was training people on different skills. And that's how I created a group of students. And then I engaged very closely with a few of those students. And in that way, I could see what are the gaps in the learning, what kind of questions they ask. Now, I used to have courses on growth hacking, digital marketing, growth marketing, and people used to come up with ideas, pass off ideas to me. They used to look up to me, and I had to give them good advice. And that puts you in a position, one, to review what you've done, and second, to be actually thinking of what you're speaking, right? Because oftentimes when you are not reviewing things, either in the form of journaling or training or teaching, then the information is just sitting there, but it's not getting absorbed. It's not becoming a part of you. They say that when you can teach someone something that you've done, then you solidify the knowledge for yourself. So that's the second thing, which is a network of people, not only to learn from, but also to teach. And the third thing, of course, is my team. And whatever I'm doing right now is because of the team that I've built. And I try to work with people long term. Of course, situations not always permit that, but that's my goal. I would like to have, people that I'm working with for a very long time, whether it's team members, employees, freelancers, partners, vendors. I try to treat them as equally as possible, and then make sure that I can extend the relationship by just trying to help them in different ways. Now, it sounds great, but it's also a selfish hack, because when you do this, you get value back. So those are the three big highest impact things. And if you had to choose, what kind of activities you should be doing as a business owner or an entrepreneur or a manager, you want to focus on your own deep work. Once you've done that, you've got your 90 minutes or, your 120 minutes, your morning hours out of the way, then you can focus on working with your team to build processes, to improve their skill sets, to give them the right tools, mindsets, and systems that they can use. And then finally, to actually network with people. And that's how I also divide my time. And I hope this video helps. It's a short one, but I tried to summarize like the three main things that have made the biggest impacts in my business. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.